Also, hi, welcome in, how you doing? And no, it's not drive streamer time. Hi. Yo, is that season 7, Leah? Yeah, I have entered the 3rd dimension. I forgot to dimension that earlier. I forgot how many models. Yeah, I don't remember. I need to make like an actual like timeline of each like season, so to speak, of me. But I have hand tracking now, so like I can say hi. Like I could grab you. I could just grab you and grip you and so yeah, I thought it'd be kind of funnier just to be like, oh, by the way, I have a 3D model. Like I've had this for like a few months now, but I was testing things out in Waterdo with a friend of mine. If y'all remember Araben, the creator of VTS Pog, they were kind enough to spend some time with me on Discord and help me set something up for a collab stream we're working on. So yeah. How's you today, Lee? I'm good. Doing well. I got my little sody. We're hanging out. I'm excited. Hi, grip me, Leah. Okay, I grip you. Hold on. I'm gripping you and I'm grabbing you and I'm squeezing you. Yeah, you can get gripped by me. Definitely. Maybe don't take that like out of context. Like the hands. Wait, only with my hand. I don't think that makes it any better, actually. I don't think it helps. I'm gonna shut up now. But yeah, I can like wave hi and stuff. So when like new people come in, I can be like, oh my God, hi, welcome to a stream. Hi. Someone clip that. I got an idea. Oh no. New song incoming. I'm excited for whatever your idea is. But yeah, what do you think? Do you like the new model? Do you like it? Leave the feet out of this. Leave the feet out of this. Why are you bringing feet into this? The feet don't need to be here right now. Like, we just started stream. Come on. But isn't this cool though? I'm honestly, I'm really digging it. The links, or not links, the credits are already in both Twitch and YouTube. The creator is a team of sisters that go by Pastel VTuber. And I was very, very happy about it. But this is a pre-made 3D model, so anyone can grab this and customize it. And I think that's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. I thought we forgot about feet a while ago. Yeah, I thought so too, but have time start on the right foot. Okay, well that's a little different. That's a different expression entirely, you know? Like completely different. But, so you know what's cool though? Since we can, we've been doing all these like 3D modeling streams and stuff, right? I can make stuff to go on this model. So like the glasses that I have on my face right now, these are just like a prop that is just like floating here. And the same thing with my logo right here. Like I technically don't have perms to alter the model itself, but that doesn't mean I can't float things like in front of me. So the logo for the shirt is technically like not actually on the shirt. It's just, it's a little floaty. It's fine. But I thought maybe like adding in like the necklace or like the earrings eventually. I thought that might be, you know, pretty cool. We could probably like, you know, make some upgrades to this so it's more like Leah. Now mommy can move more. Yes, I can move. I have hand tracking. I gotta scooch a little bit for this because here, let me move my mic for a second. I could grip you. Look at my fingies. Grab. No, it's not a shirt texture. It's literally just the PNG is floating. Like it'll be hard to see, but if I turn really hard, you can see it more. But honestly, it works. I don't care if it's scuffed. As long as it like looks good enough, I'm okay with that being where we're at right now. Like when I eventually make my own 3D model from scratch, we can worry about the textures then. But I don't have the perms to alter it, so I don't want to get in trouble with the model maker. So you know, I thought this was a good happy medium. You know, just this is nice. This is good. We like this. This is yes. This is yes. Love the ears. Thanks. Tooth necklace. Honestly, I have been trying to figure out a way to incorporate teeth into the design for a while now, where like it's, I don't know if I want to make like a tooth outfit, but I'd want it to be like, I don't know, like gory but high fashion, like kind of cunty. Like I want it to be nice. Also, I realize I can't close my fingers all the way. Like my thumb and my pointer finger, they are actually touching in real life, but it can't really like track that. But I can do this. Hold on, is it gonna 6, 7, kind of 6, 7. I gotta adjust the tracking a little bit. It do be Leah time. Welcome in. But yeah, I can kind of do it. Eventually we can upgrade more things. Like I have a leap motion that I can probably set up to get better hand tracking. But what do you mean bad, Leah? What do you mean? The 6, 7's funny. It's funny. It's silly. You guys like that. But yeah, I can eventually make other upgrades and stuff. I think it'd be cool at some point to get like gloves for tracking, so I can have like exact movements of my fingers. But that's like a down the road kind of thing. But you will at least kind of see me use my hands a lot more, because like it's not fully getting the tracking correctly. Like I said, gotta make some adjustments, but I definitely use my hands like way more than y'all think, because you couldn't see it with the 2D model. But now that I'm in the 3D realm, you can see it. You can see it. You see me, and I go hi. So. All right, so let's get started on the crossword of the day. I love how the first one for across tells me to see 9 across. So, oh, it's within the same one this time. Usually it's like an across that's related to down, but it's an across to an across. I'm too old for these silly numbers. There will always be silly numbers. We think 69 is funny, like 69. So like, what's the difference between, 69 and 67? It's not all that different at the end of the day, you know? All right, so with one across is a rim. A rim is hit for a rim shot. Oh, drum. Like that's got to be drum, right? 69 is nice. Yeah, 69 is always nice. It's a great number. Drum shot. No. Drum. It's rim. Oh, snare. The snare is hit. I was thinking like it was like a different term, but drum and snare. All right, 5 across is business helper from a Yelper. I would think review, but one thing I had to realize with 6, 7 is that it's not more different than 21 and 69. Each eventual generation will have at least a number joke. Yeah, it's just one of those things that like, I don't know why we keep picking like, haha, funny number, but like we do. But that's just what we keep doing, and we're not gonna stop. There are just certain things that will always be true, and that is one of them. All right, business helper from a Yelper, I'm not sure, but that's 4 letters. Number 5 across. Number 6 across is in touch with, 5 letters. All right, is in touch with, I'm assuming they mean like a communications kind of dealy, but we'll see. Number 8 is seductive tricks. I'm gonna say tease. Oh, okay, was not tease, and I hate that it always throws me around the board here. All right, this way. All right, does end with an S though. Okay, number 1 down is no-win situations. So draws? There we go. Okay. I'm doing pretty good today. I gotta say, I'm doing pretty good. I already got 3 of them. Let's go. let's go. All right, so number 2 down is follower of Meir in 1974 and Shamir in 1992. I don't recognize these names, to be honest with you, but it's spelled M-E-I-R for the first name and S-H-A-M-I-R for the second name. Let's see. 3 down is body part whose name is Latin for little grape. It's probably gonna be the eye then. What is the medical term for eye? I feel like this has something, that or it's huevos. It could be huevos, right? Like, I'm not crazy for that one. One of the two. 4 down is you might get sighted if you don't feed it. This is definitely meter. M-E-T-E-R. Uvula? Ooh, well, why is it going that way? Uvula. Very good, okay. Neither of my guesses were correct. But you know what? That was good. That was good. Good job. Does anyone know what DIR period stands for? Is it like direction? Direction from Charleston, West Virginia to Charleston, South Carolina? I think it's gotta be direction, right? Yeah, yippee! Is it gonna be south-southeast? Okay, yep. Okay, it was direction. All right. Oh, like a rave review? Oh, okay, I see. Look, we're killing it. All right, is in touch with. A butts? Okay, all right. You know what? I'll take it. Seductive tricks, wiles. We did this in 4 minutes and 15 seconds. That's like the fastest we've ever gotten this done. Like that's incredible, chat. Here, let me, can I head pat you? If I, hold on. I don't know if I can head pat you properly. let me grab you. Come here, let me grab you. I'm trying to head pat you. It's not going very well, unfortunately. my hand tracking is a little funny. Let me just So smart, yeah, I'm smart. SMRT smart. Let's go. I think, you know what, we did very good. I'm quite happy with that, if I'm being honest. Yeah, it's gonna be blender time. Chat, I'm gonna put you in the blender. Yes, it is a new model. I'm 3D now. It's funny because the last time I was 3D, I was a Vroid, so this was like a while ago, and it is very, very much improved now from what I had tried to do myself years ago. New hair, new face, just too powerful. Yeah, and I can grab you now. Grabby, grab. Blend me and you'll get a fruit cocktail. Oh. So that's why I logo art clipping. Yeah, it's doing that because I don't have the perms to edit the textures on the model. This is a pre-made model. So I have to, abide by the TOS, and I am not allowed to change that. So it's literally just a floating PNG for now. But yeah, as much as I really wanted to be able to change the textures, because that's like a super easy fix to slap that on there. Like, this is, the way I had to go about it, Yeah. Trust me, if I am allowed to edit a model, I will 1000% do it. Like, easy. So I put it in the best spot that I could temporarily. Please, bold model when? I could take any of the 2Ds that I have made and remove the hair. I technically could make a toggle for that, so you could bald me. But I don't think that's an option on this one. I'd have to look more into it, to be honest. But you know, it is possible. We could do it. We have the technology. I just have to pick a model that I made and just whoop. Or some of the other pre-made Live 2D models, I should be able to just remove the hair technically, like if I hide it. No hair means more aerodynamic. You know what? You're not wrong. I would definitely would be more aerodynamic for sure. Like for sure. But it is, honestly, I was testing this out a bunch last night and it was super nice to be able to be like, oh my God, I could do this now. Like I could wave, I can go, hi. Like it's really basic hand tracking. This is just like media pipe, but I'm so stoked about it, to be honest with you. It's just like, look at me. I can like, you know what, chat, you wanna see something cool? I can lean forward. Hi. Yeah, like I can do the full lean. I can lean back a little too, but that one doesn't show quite as well. Also because I'm sitting in a chair, so I can't go back, you know, past a certain extent. But I can lean forward and go, hi chat. Isn't it cute though? I'm so happy with it. All right, let me scooch us over to art stuff. And I will have to make slight adjustments. I'm still getting used to Wardo, so it's gonna take me a bit before I can optimize everything. So bear with me 1 second. All right, let me get us in the proper scene in Wardo. Okay, that goes there. All right, I'm gonna be like kind of frozen for like 2 seconds, but we're gonna do this scene. All right, there we go. And then tracking. All right, there we go. Okay, I can move now, so I can be in like poses and stuff now. Cute new model, thank you. Thank you, I appreciate that. Absolutely adorable, thanks. Thank you. Let me move this real quick. That's good. My tutorial's up here. Going to get the timer down 2 seconds. Yeah, it only takes me a little bit to like readjust everything, but it's not bad, you know. Are you able to play with the ears or that one scissor thing with the fingers? Like, I can I can kind of like it kind of works. I can't do it on my ears, but you know, I can kind of do it. Oh, like peace sign, yeah. I can do peace sign. I learned I can flip people off too. That was like the first thing I did. Yeah, I wasn't sure, like, cause scissors, like, to me was more like outward. There we go. Like that, and then peace is like that. But yeah, isn't it cool? This track is so good. The heck, you know what? It's crazy because like this to me is on like the lower end of the tracking. Like it gets so much better from here, especially like I got to see how to set up my leap motion because I've had that and it's just been kind of like sitting on my desk. So we can set it up and make it work and have like very nice hand tracking, and eventually we could probably do like glove like hand tracking, and then that'll be like perfect. But I'm excited about it. Yeah, it's honestly, it's not bad. It's not bad, all things considered. Like, some stuff is a little wonky for it, but like, I can do the grippy, grabby, like, motion, but like, you can see it gets a little crazy. So, you know, the model's trying their best, and that's the most we can do with it, you know? No hair means more aerodynamic. That is so true. So true.
Uppies, please.
Oh, you want uppies? All right, let me pick you up. Yeah. All right, so let me get the blenders, and then this I'm going to put like that over there so I can still see everything. All right, that can go over there. All right, so we are in the blenders. This is day 3 of streaming and trying to learn how to make things. Woo! Do we remember what we named the cube last time? Because I don't remember what we called this cube, if I'm being honest with you. All right, let's see. So the only thing I want to make sure before we start is that I am casting, where is it? Screencast keys. There we go. Okay, cool. So now we can see everything that I am doing. Make it nice and easy. Blender is the only program that makes veterans impressed with beginners. Yeah, you think so? All right. Well, if we don't remember what the name is for the original cube that we called him last time, we can come up with a new name, but I do kind of have to send the cube into the void. So if you want to say anything to the cube, now is the time before I have to yeet it. Timothy? What brought that on in the server earlier? It's like Greg or George. I think it was something similar to that, but I can't remember exactly what it was. So it is escaping my mind a little bit. But boop, boop, boop. So we get rid of dish. All right, and then we are going to add an icosphere. Okay. As always, all the tutorials I am following will be in the information in the description box below. Bartholomew, you'll be missed. Oh no. All right. Oh, this is my first time using the icosphere. It's like the Epcot ball. I used to have a crystal that looked exactly like this, and it was like kind of like a paperweight, and I used to keep it on my desk when I was young. But it's a ball, but not ball. That is not what that is. Like, not even close. Not even close. Okay, so we have the icosphere. Let's see what they are doing now. Okay, so they're on vertex. We're gonna turn on, oh, actually, let me get us into edit mode. So on vertex, they're clicking on this like little wavy thing up here. Ball with ridges, yeah. It's like a something decahedron, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if dodecahedron's the right one, because I think is dodecahedron 10 sides? This is a D something. I don't know, D50, D25? Not sure exactly how big this is, but almost baller. You know what? Okay, I like almost baller. That's a good one, honestly. All right, let's get this back up. Oh, why do I just have a blank internet page? I don't need that. I need the one with the tutorial. Okay, so we're turning on the proportional editing. So we should, there we go. So the little circle up here, we're just gonna boop that. So we have proportional editing. How many faces does it have? At least 2. There's definitely like at least 2 of them on here. We got like 1, let me, on the faces we got 1, 2, and then there's more. So we got a bunch, so many. Okay. Let's see, so proportional editing is on. Okay, what is she doing next? Let's go and move. We can start with making the body. Okay, so what we're making is like a little pufferfish that's gonna be in like a body of water. So that's the end goal. I found this channel, Lana Easter Egg, and all of her tutorials are like super, super cute. So I was like, oh, this looks adorable. Let's try this. Because we haven't done actual like character modeling, even like on the smaller side of character modeling. So I thought it might be a good attempt at it. The little guy kind of looks like a Cheep Cheep from Mario, but it looks really cute. All right, so we need to have, let me turn the X. She's clicking on, I don't know if it's the negative Y or positive Y, but she is pulling from a specific vertex. So let me check her directions. Hi, Ezekiel, how are you? Welcome in, welcome in. All right, let's boop, 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 boop. There we go, okay. Okay, she's on positive Y, cool. Okay, so we're gonna grab the vertice. Okay, so it looks like we're pulling this one. So let's grab this vertice, lock it on. So grab Z. Oh no, not on the Z axis. On the Y axis. So G, Y, and then we can. All right, so she pulled it out. It wasn't really far, like maybe like this amount. So we can adjust that if we need to, but yeah, new. We should model that penguin at some point. There's a lot of things I want to model. I have like an entire list of like random objects that I've been sorting by perceived difficulty, because I have a better grasp on this now, but I'm not like, you know, an expert or anything. So, you know, I'm doing what I can. I'm doing what I can. It's all the Triforces ever. Yeah. So many. All right, so she's grabbed that. Now she's grabbing the other side and extending it. So on the negative Y, we're gonna grab this vertex here. Same thing, hit G, then Y, and then whoop. I'm gonna make that like a little less intense. I would like for her to turn her model so I can see. Oh no, hers is like a little like more flattened. 1000 plus Control Z. Yes, because it's over several streams. Most of them have been specifically from Blender streams, but there are also some from like drawing streams for Clip Studio. So it's fine. All right, so we're gonna grab that vertex again. GY. Hers is more like, yeah. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Whoop, 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 whoop. On both sides. GY. And then, yeah. I'm gonna do about here. Hers is definitely like more flattened at the top, but we can keep adjusting it as needed. Soon it'll be over 9,000. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how high that goes up, but especially since I am still learning this as a program, yeah, I make a lot of mistakes. I go back and I want to change a lot of things, but you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. It's okay to try and try again and continue trying over and over and over and over and over. So she's adjusted. So we're going for a fish shape, apparently. Okay. So she's also moved the... There's not like a direct one on the X and negative X. But like, does this look like fish yet? Nothing wrong with learning, that's for sure. Exactly. I would rather struggle with learning something new than not learn at all. Like, it can be frustrating to like be stuck with learning new things, but I think as long as you're putting in the effort for it, like you'll get rewarded for it eventually. Sharp blobfish, yeah, it's a sharp baby, but that's okay. We're gonna pretend that this is fish shape and then we can adjust as needed. Okay. I kind of want to take the entire, let me do this by, maybe not vertice, but let me scale on the X a little. Yeah, I think that much is probably good, because it's a little more fishy shaped now, like a tiny bit more. Yeah, no, we like speed ran the crossword today. We got sub 5 minutes. It was like 4:19. It was really fast. I was on it today. You didn't give up immediately on the first try. Oh, you didn't get it immediately on the first try. Give up. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is like some people are like that, and I understand the frustrations. Don't get me wrong, but you gotta give it more than one shot. Like if I only gave things like a singular shot when I was learning them, I wouldn't be a VTuber. Like, learning Live 2D was crazy. And I got so frustrated with it. I'm having, honestly, so far I'm having a much, like, better time learning Blender, but I know I'm only making, like, little objects at the moment. I will see how I feel when future me is able to go and start working on, like, full-on models and stuff. Like, I'll see how I feel then, but okay, that makes me feel a bit better. Yeah, honestly, it was so fast today. It was kind of crazy. Okay, so we're adding a subdivision modifier. So let's see. Subdivision. Modifiers. Okay, add modifier, subdivision surface. Oh, it's like egg, but like not egg. Is she gonna put it at a 2-2? Because that seems to be what people do, is they subdivide it twice. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Past me getting it on Bitcoin. Oh, if only I could tell myself, like, past self so many things, be like, this is gonna happen. I'll put money in this stock. Like, things like that. I'd be so wealthy, but honestly, we all would be. Yeah, Eggy 2.0. Eggy 2.0. Yeah, she did move it to 2 for the levels viewport. Oh, it's like, look at the texture on that. It's like when you dye Easter eggs and then you crack them open after. It's like that almost, like that kind of texture. But you know, we got our kind of fishy thing. It'll look like a fishy at some point. I promise. I promise. Egg. All right. Where are you? You're over here. Okay, hers looks more egg than mine. Okay, so object mode, right click on it, shade it smooth. Okay, so before we shade it smooth, because I think that's like a permanent fix before we do that, let me select all of this and then like slightly adjust this. Yeah, eggy. Loach went, oh my god, could you imagine if we modeled the Hylian Loach, which is like the bane of my existence? I don't know what was worse in that playthrough, the Hylian Loach or the targets in the Gerudo training area. I probably the Gerudo training area, to be honest with you, but like, oh my god, no. I think, you know what, if I did anything, I would take the Hylian Loach and put it on like one of those wood boards, like for trophies, right? And then turn it into like, you know, the talking fish that was popular in like the late 90s, early 2000s? Like make that the new TTS so that like when it's activated, it turns towards you and then does like the mouth movement and everything. I think that would be hysterical. All right, let me scale on, you know, let me turn off proportional editing for this for like a second. I want to scale on, let's do Z a little bit, and then scale on Y, scale back on Z, bring it up a little, and then scale on X. There we go, because I want to, yeah, this is a lot better before we end up shading smooth, because I think that's, from my understanding, no, that's, I don't think that's incorrect. I don't think it's destructive. The arrow minigame crash out was fun. I was so upset. I was so upset. You don't even understand. You don't understand. All right, turn proportional editing back on. I gotta adjust this slightly because I feel like it looks kind of funny. Let me go back into the vertices and then we will grab on the Y, so it's from here. Proportional editing, hello, grab Y. All right, let's get the right shape because like I feel like the shape is funky. But before we shade it smooth, I want to adjust it just a little bit. Okay, that's a little better. Yeah, okay, I like that more. And then we're gonna do the same thing on the opposite vertex here. Grab Y. And then just want this to like, it doesn't need to be like exact because I could turn on the mirroring for that, but I want it to look kind of like what she has. Because I feel like it's like, the top here is like too high, you know what I mean? But you know what, let me not be a perfectionist about this. Let me see what she's doing, aside from shading this smooth. Oh, I gotta select it first, oops. Okay, there we go. It is like kind of wonky looking eggy thing. It does look like more of an egg now though. All right, so now what is she doing? Okay, so it's shaded smooth. It's in kind of a similar shape to what she has. I wonder why we're doing the icosphere versus like a sphere. Okay, so now we're going to work on the fins. Okay, so Shift A, we're gonna add planes. Okay, so let's add in a plane here. So Shift A, plane. Okay. Oh, she said to grab this first. So touchy, Shift A, plane. You know, I don't know what was the difference for touching it first. Wrong. That also is a plane. You're not incorrect there, but that's not the right plane that we're talking about. You know, like it's something, but it's not, you know, exactly that. Okay, what is she doing? Okay, so why did hers appear so far away? Because mine went in the dead center, right? So I'm going to pop my 3D cursor here with Shift right click, make life a little easier. Shift right click. What does that do? Shift right click. Oh, I set the origin point. That's what that does. I don't know if that like, is there a way to put it exactly there or, but Shift right click does change the origin, which would explain why when she popped in that plane mesh that it went like this. But now I just need to make sure that this is on the exact part it needs to be. So let's do like this and then like that, just so I can feel better about it, because I don't want it in like a wonky spot. I know I might have to move it more than I want to, but it's fine. That's fine. Okay, so she has the plane. So how are we gonna turn this into a fin? So let's see. Let's grab the plane. I think the plane's gonna work best for us. Let's rotate it 90 degrees. Okay. So we are going to rotate this. Oh, let me go into here and then, all right, we're gonna rotate it on the X. No, on the Y. There we go. So something like this is what she did. Rotate it 90, so. Oh, she actually put it in so that it would be 90 degrees. Okay. I think I can do that from here. So I don't, there's sometimes like a thing in the bottom left near where my casting is, but let me see. Do I not have it by degree here? There's gotta be a thing for that. You know what, let me see what happens if, okay, yep. 90 degrees on the Y. I'm getting pull-ups and Huggies extra large wipes at. I don't understand why, for Twitch at least, y'all get so many like baby related ads. Like, I know we've made jokes about like that kind of thing, but like, I don't think I've had the mommy tag on Twitch in like 6 months, at least, if not longer. Because I took all tags off of the streams because they didn't seem to actually like help all that much. So I'm not sure why it thinks you guys need like, you know, toys for toddlers and diapers and like baby wipes and things like that. Like, are y'all expecting? Like, are y'all expecting parents? Cause like, I don't know. I don't know. All right. So 180. Honestly, I feel like this would have been way easier. Why are we setting the origin point like this? I don't like that we're changing where the origin point is, if I'm being honest. So we're gonna get rid of this to where the origin... Oh, is it changing things? Okay, so how do I change the origin point back to dead center? Because I can shift and right click, but that's up there. All right, let me do a quick Google real quick. Unless anyone does anyone know how to reset the origin point back to dead center? Because changing that up honestly made things a little messy in my opinion. But I'll look that up real quick. Reset origin point blender. Okay. Move scene origin. How do I reset? Shift S world origin. Okay, so let's see. Selection of cursor. Cursor to grid to active world origin. Okay, cursor to world origin. There we go. Yeah, we'll spawn in from here and then just move things where they need to be. I don't know why we're changing the origin point. So let's add in our plane, and then I can just move it by grabbing it and moving it on the X. Oh, why is it the whole thing? Boop. Grab X, not Z, X. Yeah, because we can do this, and then we can just rotate it on the Y, and then grab it again on the X. Yeah, I like this better. I don't like moving my origin point. There may be a reason to do that at some point, but for now, eh. Also, this totally looks like just like a thing of cheese. Like little government cheese. Okay, now what does she want me to do? Okay, so she moved it to 90 degrees exactly. And then is bringing it, yeah, hers is like so off right now. So maybe she just knows like a tech I don't know. But for now, this is what I'm doing. All right, so let me move back to here. We're gonna select this. Okay, select in here, and then we're going to, ooh. Oh. That's interesting. Look at it go. If you do this in object mode, it moves it. It for sure moves it. Okay. I think we will just rotate the best we can. So let me also turn off proportional for this. No, not TR. Rotate on the Y. I keep hitting Y for some reason, or T. Yeah, T's. All right, let's grab this and move it on the X. Pretty sure I hit X for that, so grab on X. There we go. And then this needs to be... Let me see if there's a way to do it by degree. Because it's interesting that it just moves it around the center point instead of just changing that. But Blender is so like particular about how things work. So it's probably just like, oh yeah, it's just like a little funny. Okay, so we're going to select that. I would like to rotate that again, but I want to rotate it on the X. Nope, just kidding. Rotate on the Y. There we go. This will be a way better way to do this. All right. There we go. So we have our fin on this side. Cool. So she's started moving it to like size it properly. I'm assuming we're gonna do that on edges. So let me move that preemptively. Okay. Yep, so she moved to edges. And then she grabbed the edge and moved it down. So let's grab this edge here and scale on the X. No. Scale on Y. Oh, whoa. What is happening there? This is only one singular edge, no? I don't have any mirrors on. What's on the agenda besides fish? Right now it's fish, but this is a like slightly more complicated because it's not just fish. It is fish and then it is like a little pond with it. Like it's just like a body of water, but that is it. Okay, what does she hit to? No, I am in edit mode, so there we go. So selecting that one, G, and then we're gonna do this on the Y. No, I can't tell my I think, oh, Z. Why would I do this on the Y? All fish Friday, exactly. All fishy all the time. So G, Z. There we go. I don't know why my brain was not taking that. Okay. Yeah, she already turned off proportional editing. Okay, so we're gonna extrude to give it some, a little bit of thickness here. So I'm going to move on the Z. I'm gonna make this a little smaller. And then I'm gonna turn this. And then on the face, we're going to select that and extrude on outward like that. Let's do like here. I think that's pretty good. Got this, thank you. It definitely helps, what I've noticed at least is the more frequently I am modeling something, even if it's little things, the easier it is for me to remember what the flow is supposed to be. So I need to spend more time with doing this off stream as well as on stream. But like this, the whole point of this is just carving out time so I can guarantee that I learn this as a skill, you know? Yeah, thickums. Look at that thick rectangle. That's one sexy rectangle though. Like that's a rectangle I would take out to an expensive pasta Italian dinner. I don't know why I said dinner with like a Bostonian accent, but it just kind of came out. Dinner. All right. Yeah, dinner. Get dinner with the fam. God damn, that rectangle is my type, right? Do you want me to ask them for their number? Like I could slide it to you. Like I'm happy to wingman. I've been the wingman so many times for people. Like I love doing it. It's great. I'm just like, yeah, you and you, yeah, do it. It's great. Let's see, what is the next thing? But yeah, like, since I have been dealing with having to, if I extrude from here, okay, it does that. Let's extrude. Okay, she went like a lot thicker with this, but because of all the issues with the storms and stuff, like cutting out power, I have not been as productive as I would have liked to have been. Like, the only thing I've been really productive with is getting stuff scheduled for YouTube in case like my power goes out for like a few days or something, right? But other than that, I've just been playing like a lot of Forza, like a lot of Forza, right? And how many hours? Let me see how many hours I have in Forza right now. Just chat. Why don't you guess? Why don't you guess how many I have right now? It's probably more than you think, but you know we'll see. 22. Oh, 22 is cute. That's adorable. No, you wanna guess warmer? You wanna go a bit higher? Tell you if you're hot or cold. Okay, that's about the same thickness. Okay. She's saying maybe it's a little too big. That's fine. So we're gonna loop cut 3 loop cuts from the center. Okay, so that's easy. That was Control R. Let me Control R. There we go. I think if I right click on that, it'll make it perfect automatically, but I have the loop cuts in there now. 83. Oh, that's way, way higher. I have 46.3 hours according to Steam. And technically I would have more, but I was playing and one of the storms, I'm pretty sure a transformer blew up during one of them because I heard this crazy loud like crack and boom sound. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was a transformer exploding. But I lost a lot of hours of progress, and I might have gotten like a little tiny crash out. That might have happened, you know, like a little baby crash out, you know, as a treat. To be fair, it was valid because I lost a lot of time on that game, so you know, I wanted all my thingies, but I've been trying to get the cars, so many cars. I have like almost 100 cars already. I think it was like 94 cars in my garage at the moment. But I've been having fun, and the thing I was talking about with Arabin earlier, it is related to Forza, and I think it'll be nice and silly. I think y'all will enjoy it. Okay, so we have the loop cuts in. Okay, and what are we doing next? So X-ray mode, what are we doing with X-ray mode? So vertex, going to select all of the ones on the right. Okay, so we're gonna go here. Okay, nothing is selected at the moment. We're gonna go into X-ray mode. And then on the vertices, vertices is the plural of vertex, right? Okay, so we have this on this side. I assume, I don't know what the front of the fish is and the back of the fish, to be honest with you. But we'll figure that out. But I'm assuming one side is gonna be really small, so we might scale it on like the Z. And then the other side will be kind of big, but we'll still probably have to scale both sides down if I'm guessing correctly. So let's do that, see what she does. Okay, select. Yeah, okay, I was right. We were gonna scale them. So what did she scale this on? What angle? Okay, so shift. So she selected them. And on the Y is what she did. Okay. So we have all of these here. They're selected, the ones we want. And then we're gonna scale on the Y. Oh, no? Pretty sure she did it on that one. Okay, yeah, I don't know what happened there for a second, but this is definitely what she did. Okay, I think that's about right. Let me see. Let me compare my work. How small did she make this? Okay, I made mine way too skinny on that side. Okay, so we're gonna fix that. That's an easy fix. Cool. There we go. Okay, so locking it on the Y did not work. This is just the scale itself. So she did about here, and then she controlled R for a loop cut, like this. All right, so let me grab the other side, I assume. Okay, so we added some loops. Okay, Shift-Alt at the same time. So we're gonna select the entire edge. Are we doing this as vertices, or do we want to switch into edge mode? Because it looks like she's grabbing the edge. Yeah, she switched into that. Okay, so now Shift, is it left click or right click? Nope, nope. I accidentally moved the origin point, but we looked this up. So let's see how to fix that, because if I just Control Z it, it doesn't change the cursor for some reason. Okay, hold on. Set. No, let me go to my history, it's right there. We've seen origin. Is it Shift right click? Okay, Shift right. No, Shift right click is what moved it. How do I get back into? Yep, that's all nice and everything, but so, do I still need to be in X-ray mode? Shift S, there we go. Shift S, cursor to world origin. Better, way better, okay. Okay, so we're in here, we're going to Shift and Alt. Okay, Shift Alt while left clicking. So Shift Alt. There we go. Okay, so now this entire loop is selected over here. Okay, so we like this. This is good. This is nice. Okay, so that's all selected. So what are we doing with this one? Let's turn on proportional selection again, and then scale up. Okay. I see what we're doing. So we got that, scale, and it's kind of like, it goes outward. Ooh. Okay, I think about here is good. Okay, this is looking a lot more like a fin now. Like, I'm seeing the vision here. Okay, that looks pretty good. I still feel like this side, like we might have to grab this and make it a little smaller, but for now, this is fine. It does kind of look like a shield, actually, yeah. I guess you'd probably do a similar format for a shield. Okay. Okay, so similar shape. This is good. Okay, so going back to object mode, let me take this off. Okay, we got this here. Okay, what's she doing now? Yep, object mode. Okay, so we're subdividing this one as well to 2. So we're going to do this, go into our modifiers, add modifier. We're gonna search subdivision surface. And then we're going to up this to a 2. Okay. All right, I can kind of see it. Honestly, I still think I would have so far, because, you know, the tutorial's not over yet, so maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, but I still think I would have gone with, like, a UV sphere instead of an icosphere, but, you know, we'll see, we'll see. She may know things that I do not know yet. Okay, and then we're gonna shade it smooth, so let's do that. Okay, so it is smooth now. Nice and smooth. We like this. It's cute. It's fun. No more sharp edges to worry about. Okay. Okay, so we're going on the face select and making some slight adjustments. So let me go back into here. We want 3 for faces. Smooth looks tasty, yeah. We're gonna grab these faces here, and then she moved hers in a little bit. What else is she doing? The only thing that's difficult right now for me to follow this person's tutorial is instead of having the key casting on, she's put in like, you know, PNGs of like the specific inputs that she's doing, but she's not getting technically all of them. So that's a little hard to follow for me, but you know, I'll get it. I'll get it. Okay, so yep, she grabbed those, extended it a little bit, and then scaled like that. Okay, that looks good. I like that. That's cute. Okay, what else is she doing? Okay, so we're grabbing these back ones here. So we're gonna shift click these and scale. So we're still on proportional. I think she moved hers up. Let me double check before I need to redo that. No, she actually made her smaller in the end. Okay. So it grabs all of them and then scales down. That's okay. So let's scale it. I don't really like it scaled down as much. But the good, Okay, the good news is it's my fishy and I can do what I want with it. Cause like, the fins to me should be larger on one side and smaller on the other, but you know, I can make little decisions like that. That's not a big deal. Okay. So the only difference here is, you know what, let me do this because we're on proportional editing. So if I make this smaller, yeah, this is gonna give me like the shape that I'm kind of looking for. There we go, that's a little better. I like that. Just me, or does that look like a tasty bar of soap? I think because it's green right now, because it's kind of giving Irish Spring, if that makes sense, you know what I mean? So like it's reminding me of Irish Spring a little bit. It's gotta be a little lighter for that, but I think that might be why. But I set it to shade every object, or every separate object as a random color. Because I thought that would be a little more visually interesting to see and also will help me identify the objects faster. All right, so what is she doing now? Okay, back to edge select, and then she's adjusting. Is that the second or third one? 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so back into 2, and then it was Shift Alt left click to get the entire loop over here, and then scaling on here so we can see. Okay, that looks good. You know what? I'm gonna make a couple adjustments myself. So let's do that, and then I want to select the faces, so we're going to go into 3, and I'm gonna grab these, and then same thing for, because I like the really like thinner like one on this side, and then back into 2, Shift Alt, let's do Shift Alt here, and then scale it, and I can adjust. Yeah, like I want it still kind of cute and round, but like not too much. And then we're gonna click out of that, Shift Alt click on this one, scale it. Yeah, because this should be like a little lower. And then I'm gonna go back to faces on this one. Select all these faces real quick. And then use Shift to expand that a little bit. Or not Shift, scale. Yeah. Okay, I like that. This is my little fin, and it's cute. All right, so what's she doing now? Okay, back into object mode. Okay, so now we're just moving it to like look like it's attached to the fish. Yeah, it's cute, right? Okay, so let's go back into object mode. We're gonna select, no, not the entire thing, just this one. And then I should be able to, yeah, let's make this a little smaller. And then we can start scooting this a little bit, and then we can change the rotation. So let's get maybe about this big, and then we can move this out. So G on the X, move it out here, and then G on the Z, move it up a little bit. And then we're gonna have to rotate it, I forget what angle it technically would be, but we'll figure that out. All right, if we turn it in like that, then maybe we can adjust it. Yeah, it's on the Z technically. Though we may have to grab it from like a specific like face to pull it in more. Yeah, cute. Cute. Okay, so she's moving hers a little bit. And then focusing there. What is she doing? Okay, so she's set it. So she changed where the cursor is. Let me select from this edge here. So she selected that and then opened up this radial menu. Is it Shift S? So let's see, cursor to selected. Okay. So if we rotate from here, interesting. Okay, so on Z, okay, that's not the direction. This is from Kirby, it's the Quilty Square. Or no, sorry, it just went into file select, but it's Kirby from Squeak Squad. Wait, let me see exactly what she's doing with this, because I'll leave the origin point here for the moment, but I don't know if I should have it, because I feel like if anything, shouldn't we move it here to kind of like shape it more to the fishy? But we'll see, we'll see. Yeah, I thought Kirby music might be nice for today. Okay, so what is she doing? So she's moved it. Oh, I see. Okay, so the reason she has it there is because her fin, the way she's doing it. Let me 360 this real quick. So hold on, let's shift set to world origin. All right, back into object mode. We're gonna select this one, and then we just need to rotate it like real quick, like 180 degrees. Nope, on the Y. Oh, because it's based on the origin point. Yeah, I'm just gonna rotate and then lock it. That's why. So remember I was getting confused before because it's directly set to the origin point. So let's grab that. We're gonna rotate it based on the X. Like that. So it's like 180 degrees this way. All right, and then I'm gonna rotate. I wanna change it like a little, not on there, no. Because I want it kind of like that a little bit. So let's go, ooh. back. Okay, so rotate, not Control R, rotate on X. And we'll put it about here. I think that's pretty good. Let me scale the entire object. I feel like it's a little too small. Okay, there we go. Yeah, because I kind of see what she's doing, but I feel like I like the fish fin to be like smaller where the entry point is. Okay, and she's making some slight adjustments again. So let's go back into the faces, select 1, 2, 3, 4 here. We're gonna scale it. Yeah, I'm gonna make mine a little rounder like hers, but I still want the small part of the fin to like be the entry point on the fish, right? Because like this shape is good, I think, but I don't want the, she's got it like backwards to what I have, so this is just a design choice that I am personally making. Okay. Okay, she started doing what I did basically. And then she's grabbing the faces and the outside faces at least. And she's scaling a little more to like change the shape. I think mine is fine the way it is. I don't really, like the thickness to me is fine. Okay, so she deleted all the faces and turned it into a single vertex. So I assume that was dissolve faces. Let me go back a little bit. Okay, she's gonna merge them. So she clicks on them, grab them, 4 faces at the end and go M and merge at center. Okay, so we're gonna grab these here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, M, merge at center. So now it makes this kind of shape here. I feel like I want to take this and just on the vertice, just grab that a little bit, keep it on the y-axis, make this way smaller so I can kind of adjust the shape. Though this is an n-gon now, so why are we... I don't like that this is an n-gon. You know what? I'm not gonna merge it. Cause like, I feel like if we wanted this to come to more of a point shape-wise, like we don't need to make this an n-gon. So on faces, if I scale this down, it kind of like does a similar thing. Like it does make a sharp here, but there is probably a way to go around that. But for now, I kind of like the shape anyway. But yeah, I'm honestly, I'm gonna, I know I'm being a little more nitpicky with this particular tutorial, and this is nothing against the creator or anything, but I want to try to avoid as many n-gons as possible. Okay. Okay, so she just wants to go for a more rounded look, which is, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so she did what I was attempting to do before I realized it was an n-gon, and then grabbing that vertice and changing it. So let's see. Okay, interesting. Ooh, I like this. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is on edges, we're gonna select this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So these like the first half of these 3 like loop cuts here, right? So only on the outside. So we're grabbing that, and then are we beveling outward? Control B to bevel and just grab it. Okay, so yeah, it looks like we are beveling. So I'm gonna do Shift B. No, sorry, I lied. Control B. Ooh, and then we are beveling. There we go. Okay, interesting, interesting. Banan. No banan. just fish. Eventual fish. Looks like green eggs and ham. Little, oh, I can kind of see where you're going with that. But you know, you gotta trust the process. I've learned that is the most important part with all of these videos. Okay, so we have that. Go to vertex. Did we inlay on this? Why? Hold on. So we did that bevel. Did we bevel twice? So one there. I feel like we beveled twice here. So let me do like this. And then bevel again. Yeah. Ooh. That's not correct. Hi, Sky. How are you? Yeah, so basically she's got... Maybe she inlaid. Because I can kind of see the shape it's going for over here. But let me inlay it. Like that, maybe. If I deselect it. I can kind of see what like what it's going for there, but I feel like it's not strong. Because the bevel is correct. Like the Shift B, like the first time, is here. But then what happens is in her video, you can see like for each individual like fin line here, right? There's another set of lines. So I don't know if we're extruding on that. Doing good, how are you? I'm doing very good, thank you. That's what my art teacher used to say, yeah. Can't wait for the day when trusting the process ends and you shouldn't have trust the process. Well, honestly, that does happen too sometimes, but like, the process is such a big part of art, I promise. All right, hold on, let's see. So there's definitely something that went off here, so let's figure out what happened. So holding down Shift, yep, to select everything. Control B to bevel and just grab it so that there's 3. So I have like the first half of it. How are you doing that? So she's beveling and then, oh, maybe she's clicking in the middle of it? So, okay. Control B to bevel, right? So we're beveling. Do I right click during maybe? Nope. We're gonna grab that. No, because that just ends it there. Never trust the process? What do you mean? Trusting the process is really, really important. We gotta trust the process. Because if you don't trust the process, who are you gonna trust? Oh, I figured it out. Okay. So what she's doing that I couldn't see. So, you know, Control B to bevel, right? Whoop, whoop, we can see that. See how I just added a line in between for all of these? And if I wanted to just keep adding, it's the scroll wheel. I'm not gonna add this many. But it's just a singular one she added in. So let's do that. And if I deselect, it's still barely making it like a dent in that. But like I can tell it's kind of doing something. So let me just select this and see what she does next. Because I would assume maybe we would take these faces in between and then like bring them inward. But let me see what she wants to do. Okay, so I figured that out. Let's grab it. So there's that one in the middle. We're going to vertex select mode. Okay, so we're going and selecting, I believe it's these 3 vertices. 1, 2, 3, like that. Let me just double check. But I believe that's what she's clicking on. Yeah, it is, okay. Press G twice to slide. Okay, so we're sliding them. So, whoop. Look at that, whoop, 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 whoop. Let me put this on an axis so this like stays consistent. So if we move it back like here. Maybe this is kind of like, you can see like where the ridges are a little bit. All right, so what does she want me to do now? Okay. She wants us to auto merge vertices. Why are we auto merging those? Okay, so hold on. So let's move that back. Okay. This one we're auto merging with what? Because it looks like it's, so we have like these 3 vertices that are selected here, right? This next set is where it looks like they're getting merged. So do I have to select these to merge all of them? So, which makes life easy. So let's go G twice to slide into our vertices. Hold on. Auto merge vertices. So I've only clicked those 3. She hasn't done anything else in between that, right? Then before we do that, actually, we need to press this. Okay, so with these vertices selected, I'm gonna hit that auto merge and we're gonna see what happens. So it's right next to your Z axis for the mirror. Okay, so, oh, I think I know what's gonna happen. So we hit G twice, and then on the Y here, this will merge them into. Interesting, okay. So now we have this extra set here to continue it. Yeah, holding? Okay, so I see how that could be useful. All right, still, I can like kind of see where we're going, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little more lost on this one. Okay, so those are merged now, and we slid the vertices into the other ones, merged them. All good. So this will auto merge our vertices. So when our vertices of 2 are on top of each other, we'll merge them. Okay. Yeah, because you don't want 2 sets of vertices on top of each other without being merged. Makes sense. Okay, so we slid them. That looks good. Okay, now what are we doing? So we're gonna grab, okay, we're grabbing the center edges of each of these now. And then I assume we're going to, okay, so we're sliding them. We're gonna move them inward so that it can make like deeper channels. So let's grab, let me go into edges. So we're gonna grab these like this, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to move this a little and then grab on the, you know what, let me turn off proportional editing for this. Okay, so grab on the X, and then, yeah, okay, I see. So now we can have that, like, interesting. Okay, so it reminds me of, like, pool floaties a little bit, you know what I mean? But this looks more like a fin now, for sure. It's a bit wonky on the end here. I don't know if we should have used like insert for this instead. But I see where we're going. Hold on, I'm gonna try something. Can I not insert? Oh, maybe I can't. Maybe that's the issue. What if I beveled them? Oh. Nah, that's not gonna do anything. Okay, we'll just go with what they did then. So GX. Ooh. And then smoosh that in. Wow, that goes crazy. Look at that. Ooh. All right, just push that in. I think about this much is good here. Yeah, I think, okay, so it's looking a little crazy, probably because there's a bunch of tries, and now we have... Do you remember how we were talking about, like, we don't want vertices on top of each other? We did literally accidentally do that. No, not that one. So I'll show you. So if I do the same thing again, that will probably fix it. But I'm trying to, there we go. So there's one vertice. I'm gonna switch it to vertices so you can see. That's a vertice. And then that's a vertice. Can I even grab that? These two here. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna try this, but what I'm gonna do is that same thing where we try to merge the vertices so we don't run into this issue if it lets me. Yeah, fish. Okay, so no, so we do have it on. So move X, I'm gonna, okay, here's what's interesting. And maybe this is just something I don't know how Blender works exactly. Let me do it on, oof. Let me switch to vertices. We're gonna move it on the X. And it's not shifting in. That's interesting. Because I thought it would merge, like, so you see how those points I'm pulling out? Let me, so I can get you a better view here. Okay, so I'm gonna grab them, right, on the X. You can see all those dots coming out, right? I thought the ones that are on the opposite side might get merged, but they're not. So that's really interesting. So I'll put it in this much, but like, yeah, you can see like there's that loop here. Like this one going on, let me, was it Shift Alt click for the whole thing? Yeah, like you can see that line there. And you can see how the vertices are past it. Like it's a little funky. I don't know if we're supposed to be doing that. Like topology is not supposed to be our main concern at the moment, but it's kind of giving what the shape, like it's kind of giving it. But okay, you know what? We're gonna continue. We can worry about topology and stuff like that later. Because you know what? Maybe if the topology is bad, we can just use this as an eventual. Okay, so how do I fix it in case I run into this myself? Okay. Oh, she also only brought it in a little bit. Okay, so she's saying the same thing for those vertices. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do real quick. We're gonna go back to before when I had that. We're gonna let's grab the whole thing. All of it, and then I want to, she made it like a little thicker, so let's scale on X. Make it like a little chunkier. All right, and then I can do the same thing where I grabbed all of, let me move into 2 for edges. We're gonna select. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. So we are gonna move it, we're just not gonna move it quite as much. Yeah, the fin. So G, G to grab on the X. So instead of pulling it like how I was pulling it kind of hard, we're gonna bring it in a little bit so it's not quite as bad. But we do have that issue, so she is addressing that now. So let's go here. Okay, so we're gonna grab the vertices that are a little messed up, and since we have the merge on, so let me go into 1 so I can select them. I am on, I wanna grab that. Oh, I'm having a hard time grabbing it. That's also kind of an issue. Let me, I'm like inside of this. What if I grab this one and then I merge it the other way? Like if I just went, yeah, I can see where it is, but it's, ooh. Okay, I did something wrong, or she did something wrong, or we both did something wrong. Because like I can see where they are, I just can't physically grab it. Because when I grab it, it ends up going to this vertex here. Because you can see where the orange is versus where the black is. And And, ooh. All right. It won't let me grab it? Let me go into here. Maybe this will let me. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna, can I attach it there? Oh, it's not merging though. Because it looks like it's merged, but I'm not actually touching it. Ooh, this method is, oh, did it get it? Nope. Unless I slide it on, it doesn't look like it's doing it, really. Okay, so let's G to move, and then on X. Yeah, because it's not actually sliding into it properly. I know it's a little difficult to see, but it's not merging because of that. So maybe there's a way just to like select 2 vertices and then merge them. Like by distance, at center, at cursor. What if I merge by distance? Remove 0 vertices, that doesn't do anything. Okay, let's try the other ones. At center. Oh. Yeah, that's definitely not what we want. Cursor. Oh, that pulls it in. That looks funky. Yeah, that's definitely not what we want either. Okay, let me see if she does anything that I'm missing here. Okay, so she grabbed everything. She moved to vertices. She was able just to like pull them. And it looks like they're merging properly, so I'm not sure why mine aren't merging. Yeah, did all the clickies. Grabbed everything. Let me take us out of X-ray. Boop, 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 boop. We're gonna wait till it loses this, the fin shape. But I should be able to do this. Doing the thing we weren't supposed to do. Yeah, but the thing is, like, I'm trying her method, and I'm like 95% sure I'm following it correctly, and it's not. You know what I mean? So, I selected what she had. I'm double checking that is the exact selection that she has before she moves that. Yeah, she's only clicking the center ones out of those loop cuts, and then moving them in. So let me grab that, right? So G on the X, right? So we just push it in like a little bit, and then that should be fine. And then we go, here's the problem. I know it might be a little difficult from here, but you can see that this like loop right here, I'll select this one, and the vertex is not on the like loop itself. So no matter how much we try to push it on there, it's not gonna line up, and that's the problem. All right, so what if instead, to get the similar shape, let me try something. Because maybe instead of needing to like merge these, maybe we can just inlay some of this. So if I grab these faces, right? Let me zoom out, and then I'll hit G and X. So that will do that. So if I pull it outward, what happens here? Because that gives a slightly different result here, right? But it looks very similar. What's the model hoping to be made? It is a like little puffer fish, and it's gonna be in a little like body of water. But I am learning, I don't like this like merge, like merge tool. This is amazing, thank you, thank you. Yeah, because like, the way she's doing it, like mine just aren't sliding, so where does it start to become an issue? Because now it looks like that one's on here. So like, I bet you I could, yeah, I can see that the vertice here, let me switch to 1 so you can see that better. See how it's on that loop? Like that was the issue before, so let's see. So I wonder, times like this, we wish we had a whole Jarvis interactive 3D modeling system. Yeah, Mario Bluefish, kind of, like not Blooper. Blooper is the squid. Cheep Cheep. It's kind of like a Cheep Cheep. But the tutorial I picked from, it's somebody new that I haven't used yet. And I'm trying to follow like their personal methods, and it's giving me a teeny tiny trouble. So what if can I merge this vertice into here and then move that one into there maybe? Let me try that first. Let me try to merge these ones to their respective ones on this plane. I'm just curious if that'll end up working. How many polygons is this? I have no idea how to check the polygons, to be honest with you. Okay, so let's make sure. Okay, auto merge vertices is on. GX. 1 second. Okay, so if I just move them, I don't think it's actually touching it. I think that's the issue. Because that was the same issue I was having with back here when we moved it. For some reason, hers are moved just fine, but mine won't auto-merge. Because they're not touching. But since it's like the very beginning of the model, I doubt there's that many polys. This is why I prefer the tutorials that have the casting for the keys and inputs, because it's in case the user gets confused at all for the tutorial, it is way easier to pick back up on like, oh, okay, I missed something here. So let's see. So I'm waiting for her to select these outside ones. Yeah, they're not. So we have these similar, like these little triangles here. Like all of them here, here, and here, right? She has those. I'm gonna switch back to the edges, and then we're gonna reselect these. Boop, like that. And then we're paying attention. It's just these ones in the middle, okay? And then move them back to get... Yeah, so she moves them. She's using the move tool. You know what, let me try that. Maybe that's what's wrong. So she does it like this, right? Is this not the same thing as like G and then sliding it? Because my guess right here is that this vertex is not going to be aligned properly. But that's just a guess right now. Just kind of curious, like how close that is. Yeah, I was right. So there's no way at this point for me that these vertices are going to get auto-merged. Because they're just like not lining up. So let's see. Yeah, it's not even like the tool I am using specifically. It's interesting. I wonder why it's doing that. Honestly, the urge to want to sculpt this instead is so high right now. But let's see. Instead of automatically merging them, maybe we can just manually merge them. Like if I just select the two, because there was merge by distance. So like if I bring them as close as I possibly can to lower the distance, maybe that'll help. So I'm gonna try to manually adjust everything. Oh man, no, that looks so messed up. Yeah, it's not even auto merging them. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna ignore that it's gonna look a little fucky wucky, because we are trying our best. And then I will move on the X like this and push it in a little bit. And then we're just gonna continue because I can always troubleshoot that later. Okay, so she does that. Then she grabs, and she's able to pull them in without any issue, it looks like. So I wonder what would happen if I just like, instead of trying to merge some of them. Now, if I dissolve it, I think it's gonna mess it up more. Nah, we'll leave it. We'll leave it. We're just gonna move forward. Okay. Yeah, hers is definitely smoother, but it still looks a little weird. Okay, and then yeah, she keeps auto merging. Okay, so the problem here's my problem with like this particular one. So she's auto merging a bunch of different vertices, but it's making so many n-gons. And like, granted, I'm not an expert, but like one of the things that my friends who work on these models like professionally told me that you want to avoid n-gons as much as possible. It's not that you can't ever have them, but like it's important to lower the amount of n-gons you have on top of knowing where to place n-gons properly so it doesn't break your model. So like this is still all messy, but let me try something. I'm gonna problem solve in a different way. I think I can kind of mimic the result that she has. Uh-oh, did I mess it up? Okay, I don't think I can get rid of those at this point. Okay, so let's see if we do this. What if we get rid of here, here, and here? Can I dissolve those? Dissolve edges. Let's see. Because if I just change it back and then if I wrap it around a little bit, I might be able to change something. Let me dissolve it. Yeah, I think I have an idea for getting the look that we want for this. All right, let's grab those. And then these. And then we're gonna dissolve those edges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Move this over here. So let's dissolve those. Okay, so we're kind of back to where we were initially, right? So we're gonna, let me just save this real quick. I'm calling this fit.blend. Just so we don't lose anything. Okay, so what happened was she grabbed these, right? I'm going to grab, actually, you know what? I feel like I should grab almost the entire loop on each one. So let me do this. Grab the entire thing, right? And then we can move on the X. Oh wait, no, we had to bevel it out first. Okay, so Control B for bevel. Okay, so we're gonna do that, right? And then we'll throw, do we need another loop? I don't think we necessarily need it because we have the 3 like that, right? And then let's take this, and then on the X, if I only select, if I just do this, it's gonna bend it that way, okay. So let me deselect these. If I grab this loop here, and this loop here, and then I can kind of get a similar shape, right? But then I don't have any n-gons I need to deal with. So what if I do this? I want it to like go inward on both sides. So like instead of, if I had a center loop cut here, I feel like I can do that more easily. So let me do this. We're gonna add, okay, so we're gonna do Shift R, and then let me see if I can do this on here. Base mode maybe? But if I add a loop cut to this like top section, right? Then I can do both sides and make them go inward. But it'll definitely give something closer to what we're looking for, but I need to just separate the left from the right effectively. So let's do, okay, so Control R, there we go. Just like that, perfect. Okay, so we're gonna grab this side. There is probably a shortcut to only grab half of it, but I'm just gonna do it manually for now because we can always learn what those shortcuts are eventually. So let's grab here, 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 and here, right? And then we're gonna zoom out, G, X-axis, and then see how that gives me. I'm not gonna go like crazy far in on the others, or on this side. But you can see it gives that like shape now. The other thing I could do actually, let me deselect the back ones. Yeah, let me, hold on, I gotta undo that. Ooh. Bop, 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 bop. Okay, so that way it's similar, where it's not gonna be the entire thing, but we can still like move it in and get those indents. So G, X. Okay. Yeah, because even if I only wanted it on one side, this is still like way better. And I could always dissolve some of the loops if I need to. I'm gonna try one thing. If I don't like it, I will keep it where it's just this side that has it, but kind of want like both sides of the fin to have like the little cuts in them. But you can see it's not as strong. There's a little bit there, but I guess we could technically slide the loop if we needed to adjust that. All right. So let me do backslash so I can, is that forward slash or backslash? I can never remember. The one with the question mark on it. So I'm gonna now select these ones, up to these three, boop, boop, boop. And then that center one, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, right? And then GX, and then there we go. So now it's on both sides. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, yeah, I don't like the way that she was merging stuff. I don't know if that's like I'm doing the wrong thing or she's doing the wrong thing, or maybe neither of us are wrong. Maybe her method is just working out for her and it's just not for me. But okay, I got the look that we're going for. And then let me back out of that. There we go. So we now have a defin. I wonder, I kind of want to grab this entire loop and slide. I think it was G twice to slide. So let me Shift, Alt, left click for that, and then GG. Okay, makes a little weird thing happening here. Probably because the way it's set up for that shift. So I'm gonna leave that. It's just grabbing. Yeah, let's do the faces instead. And then we can grab all of these here, and then I can make some adjustments. Okay. Scale on X. Okay, not quite the adjustment I wanted, because I wanted to make the lines on the outer side over here, like this front side, a little more apparent than the back side. I guess the only other thing I could technically do to take care of that is going back in here and grabbing these. What happens if I just delete those? Let's see, because that'll be 1, 2. I'm kind of curious. I'm gonna dissolve some of these and see if that causes an issue. All right, so we're gonna dissolve edges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think that actually causes it. Oh, and it looks better. See how it's not as strong now on that side? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna dissolve the edges on this side for what I'm going for. Because as long as they're still boxes, it's not a big deal. All right, dissolve edges. Then grab that, 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 and then that one, and then dissolve those edges. You be balling though? You think so? Okay, there we go. So it's not as strong on that side, and we still have all quads, so I'm very happy with that. Yeah, that should be all quads. Doesn't look too funky or anything. Okay, you know, I'm very satisfied with that general shape. Okay, so now let's see what she's doing. Okay, she spent a lot of time changing up how the vertices are being merged. And then it looks like what she's doing is just like placing the fin where she thinks it should sit. Okay, more merging, it looks like. No, she's making slight adjustments, but this is fine. Okay, so that first fin is done, so all we have to do now is just, let me make sure we're in edit mode, select all of it. I'm gonna scale it down so it's smaller, like about yay big. I think that's good. And then we can like turn the entire object. So we can put it on rotate like that. And then we can like scooch things. You can see like, maybe that's a little too extreme. All right. Select the entire thing. Tiny bit scaled up. And then let's rotate. I feel like I want to rotate, like I want to wrap it around a little, so I'd have to grab the loops and then bring them around. But yeah, no, that's too big for fin. Fin too big. But you see how it's like angled out kind of hard, because if I do this, like I could technically just put it inside of it, but I don't know if wrapping it around would look better. Was a clavicle? Yeah, you think so? All right, so let's go back to the move. Yeah, because she kind of has it like that, and then I'll just rotate outward like that and just adjust a couple more times. Okay, I think that's pretty good. The fin should probably be a little bigger. Like like slightly more scaled up. And then I'll move it forward a teeny tiny bit. That way, and then in a little bit. There we go. And then rotate it. Teeny tiny bit. I'm being mild perfectionist with this, but there we go. Okay, look like fishy fin, right? A little bit. Let me see what her final project looks like. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, it's kind of in the front. So hers will be more in the front, but we can always adjust that as needed. But that's fine. Not a big deal. Okay, I assume what we're gonna do is duplicate it and push it on the other side. What are those lasers? Okay, cool. Duplicate and flip. Okay, so we're gonna, in object mode, we're gonna select our object. We're gonna Shift D to copy it and paste it. Or it's not, it kind of is copy paste, but we're duplicating it. Okay. There's a second one. Okay, I'm going to, why? We're going to mirror. Okay, so what is it? Right click to mirror that? Okay, so right click, mirror on the X. Oh. Did it not give me a second one? Okay, select, Shift D, right click to mirror, X global. There it is, okay. And then we're gonna move this outward. Okay, I'm also gonna grab that one and just give it like a little... Don't like that it's not literally exact, but because like I like where the other one is more than this one. But I can probably just grab the information on here, copy that, and then do the positive of this, and that'll give me the exact, yeah, like a big-brained person. There we go. Okay, so now they are exactly where they need to be. Okay, so we have body, and we got fins. Smoke! Thank you so much for the resub, I really appreciate it.
I don't know what we are making, but it's cute.
Thank you. We're making fi, like a little puffer fi. And we got the base of the body, and then we've got the little fins over here. Let me, Can you watch, okay, chat. Come up with a name for the fish. I'm gonna go grab a water bottle because my throat is a little dry. Yeah, a fifth. Little fifth. Yeah, it's a fish. But I will be right back. All right, I have returned with Wador. Yeah, egg with wings. We're getting there, we're getting there. Ploppers the Fifth, that's what you want to call them. All right, well, until anyone gives me a better name, Ploppers the Fifth is what we're calling this little guy for now. But hello, how you doing? Oh. Yeah, the downside of streaming is your throat gets really dry really fast. Okay, cool. Sir Ploppers. Okay, I do like the upgrade to Sir Ploppers. I will absolutely give you that. Let me move this empty Sprite can out of here. Yeah, how are you? Okay, cool. So let me see what she is doing now. Okay, so she's adjusted. Okay. We have a cube. Okay, so we're gonna insert a cube. All right, let's move this up and then we're gonna scale this down. I wish the variety was a little better on my random. I don't know what the numbers are set to, but like we have like 3 different shades of the same like blue-green and then one more yellow. Let me change, can I re-random it? Custom. You know what, here's what we're gonna do. Oh no, that does the entire thing, okay. Well, that's annoying. I want more variety in my objects, please. Doing well, been a long while since I've caught you stream. Well, welcome back. We are doing our best at following this tutorial. Some of these tutorials I think will be easier if I do them off stream versus on stream. Because like I didn't realize this one wasn't screencasting the keys. So we've been doing our best, but I think we're handling it pretty well, all things considered. Rolled poor on the random. I did though, because like why are 3 of them like 3 different shades of blue-green? Because like this is a different shade than this, which is a different shade than this. Like the most like obviously different shade is this one here. But let me do, this is gonna be Fin, not fine, Fin 1, and then, yeah, I'm gonna rename these real quick. Fin 2. The icosphere I'm gonna change to Sir Ploppers. Oh, Sir Ploppers, the name changed? Changed this, okay. And then I don't know what the cube is going to be quite yet, but let me save on fi.blend. Thinking of learning how to use Blender too. Highly recommended. I've been having a lot of fun so far. And if you want to follow any of the tutorials I have previously followed, I have 2 other streams on YouTube that you can just go and grab these. And the tutorial for this one will still be linked, of course. A regal crown. You know what? We should definitely add a crown after. I gotta learn how to model a crown first, but you know, we could figure it out. We could figure it out. All right, so we have cube. Okay, so what is she doing now? So edit mode, face select. Oh, I think it's gonna be the top fin. Okay, so my first thought is why are we, like, do we have to have like a different one? Or can we use, let me, cursor. All right, so we're gonna select, why are you not selecting? I want cube, okay. So in here, we're making the fin on the top. We're gonna make it a Pondé ring crown. Yeah, we do have that. I could, I don't know if I can copy and paste. I probably can like insert the blend file, but I haven't learned how to do that yet. So we're gonna not get too ahead of ourselves. Okay, so we're gonna, I don't know if, is it extrude or, oh, extrude on the Y. Yeah, I don't want to extrude it though, because like that will extend it, but like I think she's not moving. Oh no, she is just straight up moving it. What is the difference? Because like that's fine. I guess it's just moving this face is slightly different than extruding. Though I guess I want to test something because I feel like if I, on cursor mode, I select this and extrude out on the Y, right? And then I go to edges. If I shift alt click this and then dissolve the edges. Oh, what, not that one. Not that one. Okay, dissolve. Okay, that does the same thing. So this is a slightly longer way, but I absolutely can do that. Because so far this person who made the tutorial is the only one who's like really using the toolbar on the left here, which there's nothing wrong with. You can absolutely do that. I'm an old man when it comes to typing, so I'm a bit slow. Oh, no, you're fine, you're fine. No worries. You take your time. I'm not gonna rush you. Okay, so now that I see what we're doing here, I'm gonna rename this in top fin. Square pompadour, yeah. Okay, there we go. Okay, so renaming it does change it, which is kind of nice. Can I move this light up here? Okay, it's all in the same. I don't know if I can move it up. Delete hierarchy. Nah, that's not important. That's just me being picky on things. Okay, cool. So let me open this back up again. Okay, so let me get it to be the right size, but we're gonna move this forward, like the entire object. Here, I'm going to scale this smaller overall. Let's see, how big do we want this to be? Let me scale on Y to make this a little thinner. And then scale it on the Z, make this a little thinner, and then we can adjust where it's sitting. Cause like, yeah, there we go. Cause I want it to be about as wide as these fins, maybe even a little, like a tiny bit bigger, like a little itty bitty bit bigger. So let me grab this face over here. So 3, so we're on face select. I'll just extend it like a tiny bit, because I think, yeah, we'll do that. Let me extend it a tiny bit more. And then I'll grab the entire thing and then scooch it forward. Yeah, I think placement-wise, that's pretty good. It does look like a mohawk, though, or a pompadour. And then back on 3. So we're on the face. We're gonna extrude this face upward on the Z. On the Z. There we go. So we do that, and then on that, we're gonna scale inward like that. All right, so grab that. All right, and then we're gonna extrude out and then scale inward again. Okay, so grabbing that face. E to extrude on the Z as well, so upward. And then scale on the Z. No, not on the Z, actually. I lied, just scale. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're getting there. I wonder why we didn't do this method. Like, why did we do a plane last time instead of a cube for the fins? It's a little inconsistent, but it's fine. Learning multiple ways to do things is important. Okay, so now we're going to add in a subdivision modifier. So I'm just gonna go into object selection real quick. Okay, modifiers, add modifier, search subdivision surface, and Tor, and then we're gonna make this a 2 and 2. Actually, does it really need to? It's fine. So now it's it looks kind of funny. We could probably make a cute like low poly rock with this method. Okay, so let me see what she does now. Okay, so she's readjusting, going back into edit mode. And then adjusting the looks on it. What is happening with YouTube chat? I keep connecting and disconnecting. Hopefully the stream is okay over there. It still says live, so. Okay, so she's taking the faces and moving them a little bit. So let's go here. We're gonna be on 3 for face select. And then if we grab this, it's interesting because it moves the whole thing. It's not, it's ignoring these other faces. But it does scooch it. All right, and then I'll grab this one and then do that. And then I feel like this is too tall. Chat, does this look too tall for the fin, or do we like the general shape? It looks like a boiled chestnut, does it? Does it? It's looking more like a fish though, like for sure. Let me see. Let me scale. So we're gonna object selection, select all. I want to make it a little thinner, I think, on the X. Just like, yeah, like a tiny bit, like not all that much. Yeah. Okay, no, it is starting to look like a little poofer fish. Little poofy baby. Yeah, you see a fish? Yeah, no, we're getting there, we're getting there. It's gonna be so cute when we add like the eyes and stuff. Okay, so we have that, that's cool. What is she doing? Okay, she adjusted like positioning and stuff. Turn on up to 3 to render. For the viewport. I don't think we need it on 3 too, to be honest. Okay, did she shade it smooth? That's what it looks like. Right? Shade smooth. Okay, so now I'm going to shade that smooth. There we go. Yeah, this is basically what I want it to be anyway. So this is good. We like this shape. Looks okay. If we wanted to make adjustments on it, we could. I don't think we need anything, to be honest, on that. Okay, cool. Okay, it's shaded smooth. We're good on that. Okay, so back into editing. Okay, she's changing it to be wider on that side. So like 3, selecting this face, scaling it. Let me scale it just on the X so that like it's a little wider in the front. So if I grab this one, scale on the X, not the Z, on the X. So, and then if I grab this face and this face, I'd probably scale that inward on the... It does get the entire thing, so I don't think that actually matters. Let's see, if I grab... Yeah, so both faces, if I change it. So I would need, if I want these on here, I think I have to grab the vertices. We're gonna be smart about this for a second. So I've grabbed that vertex here, right? Or not vertex, excuse me. If I grab the edge here, and then I scale it on the X. Oh no, that's gonna cause a similar problem. Only if I do it the same way. So if I do it here and here. No, actually. It's just slightly different. But I kind of liked it where it was at before all this, so let me go back into here. All right, we're gonna leave that because I'm pretty happy with the general shape of this. With the, what is it, Sir Ploppers and his little mohawk pompadour. Okay. Okay. So she's making sure that the original cube, what we're working on right now, she's making sure that that is lined up properly. This is why I wanted to make sure my origin point was set to the exact center, just in case. Just in case. Okay, but it looks like we're gonna start adding eyes. Okay, so eyeballs. Normal sphere, or you can use an icosphere. I am going to use a sphere for this one, because I feel like the sphere will look better than the icosphere. I guess if you want like a slightly more organic looking shape, you could go with the icosphere. But the eyes, I want them to be like pretty round, so I think I'm gonna add in, let's see, Shift A. I'm gonna do a UV sphere, and then we can make sure that everything is lined up after. But for now, let's just get it to be a good shape. So I want this guy to have pretty big eyes. I'm not gonna lie, like I think it'll look really cute. Yeah, the vision spheres. The vision spheres are very, very important. We need those. Yeah, I think something's going on with YouTube because it keeps like disconnecting and reconnecting. So we're gonna do this. And then I can, oh, this is okay, this is about to get really, really cute though. Let me, this is gonna be so funny. All right, let me do that. And then let me bring it out like a little bit. Hold on, I'm gonna scale it to be, yeah, big eyes, big eyes. These are massive. These are so big. Honestly, if I want to, I can take the Surploppers object here and switch it out with a UV sphere instead of an icosphere if I want it to be more round overall. But for now, why is this linked under here? No, that shouldn't be linked under here. Nope. Why are you linked? No, the cube. Outside of that. Outside of that. In the collection, but outside. You know what? I probably had it selected. Hold on. Let me go back. Let me go back. Because this is an easy fix. Okay. So, or I could just delete it from here, no? Oh. I don't want to delete that. Oh, yeah, unlink these. Okay, we're gonna make this easier. I don't know what happened. Okay, cool. So Shift A, add an UV sphere. UV sphere is an entirely different thing, not touching the top fin. I love the party Kirby. They're so cute. Proprietary organic oculum sphere. System of spheres. You know, I did pretty good with that one. Okay, so scaling down, but still kind of big. We're gonna adjust. And then we're gonna bring it in. I need to bring it outward. Oh, no, don't move. Oh, I see, that just moved it outward. Okay. Okay, we're gonna move you here and here. And then you need to come outward a little bit again. A little more to this side. So I want them to look really derpy. But let me see what they're doing before I get a little too ahead of myself. Okay, going to use UV. Okay, so okay, she already shaded it smooth. Wait, did you shade it smooth and then you added a subdivision? Okay, we'll add the subdivision modifier to it. But subdivision surface. Okay, 2. That's fine. Eyeball. Okay, cool. Yeah, I might honestly give them like either like maybe cross-eyed. I think cross-eyed could be really cute, or just like one eye to the left, like corner, like top left, and then one in the bottom right or something. But we're just focusing on the eyeball right now. Okay. Yeah. Okay. cool. So they are placing theirs, getting the sizing the way that they want. Mine are definitely way, way bigger. But I like it. I like the big derpy eyes. Okay. So as long as we think this is good, we like this positioning, we're gonna select this. We're gonna do Shift D, and then I kind of wanted to Shift D. Okay, there we go. Where are we in object mode? Okay. So let me go back into cursor. I'm gonna select this, Shift D, right click, and then we're gonna mirror on the Y global. What the hell happened here? Mirror X global. Why is it textured? Chat, what happened? What happened? Shift D. Do I have to be in? I should just be able to, because we have eyeball, we Shift D, it creates another one. Mirror. And then we do, gotta wash your eyes. You know what, you're right, you're so right. Because this is on the X global. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be smart. We're gonna take these and put it in the exact. I am just going to convert those to positives because that will do the same thing as mirroring it, I think. Except for that Y. That Y needs to. Okay. Look how funny you look. Okay, hold on. Hear me out. Hear me out. We should make the eyes bigger and closer together. Okay, so the only thing we had to change to positive was the X. So let's do this. Let's scale it a little bigger, and then we're gonna grab it, and then we're gonna like bring it in a tiny bit. So there's like big eyes, big ol' eyes. Okay, and then we're going to on cursor mode. If I do this, if I Shift D, okay, so no, it has to be an object selection. Whoa, where'd you go? Where my eyeball at? There we go. Okay, Shift D, Shift, no, that's Shift S. Shift D. Okay, Shift D, right click, snap X. I don't know why it's not moving that. That's fine though. So we're gonna do that, make that positive. Look at them. Okay, hold on. Maybe we need to bring them in a little bit. I think they might be a little too far out. What do you think, chat? Okay, hold on. Let me do this, and then we'll grab on that green arrow and then bring that. No, it's kind of where it needs to be actually. If I do bring it in further. You know what? I think I like that. Let me get rid of that one. And then the icosphere is like making weird lines for it. Okay. So let's do this Shift D, or not, Control D. Boop, Shift D, right click, X global. Adjust this so that it's a positive. Okay, now it's too close to one another. So I'm going to just adjust that a little bit. Okay, now Shift D, right click, X global. There we go. Okay, we're gonna say that that's good enough. It's a little wonky, but I can adjust this later. So big eyes. I love it. Very cute, very adorable. Let me shift these. I tend to like them like lower on the face. But let me see what looks best. I think actually keeping them a little more centered is better in this case. Okay, so the question is, how do we make the pupils? And then, so this is gonna be eyeball. This is gonna be left. Eyeball left. And then this is eyeball right. Oh, don't pick that color. It like blends in almost. Is it every time I change it? Right. Every time I change it, I think it does it. Oh, it's based on the name. Interesting. Interesting. Well, that's fine. That's not a big deal. Okay, so we got that. So we, I like how big the eyes are. I think it's really, really cute. I think it's so cute. Okay, yep. We got everything into the scene, okay. Okay, what are we adding in? A torus. Okay, so what's the torus gonna be? Is the torus gonna be the pond? Or is this gonna be the mouth? Let me see what she's doing with this before we... Okay, the torus is actually like straight up gonna be the mouth. I see exactly what she's doing here. Okay, so we're in object mode. We're gonna shift A. We're gonna grab a torus. I don't even think I shaded those smooth. Okay, we're gonna do this. We are going to add a subdivision modifier to this one, subdivision surface. We're gonna bring that up to a 2. Okay, and now this one I wanna rotate like 100, no, 90 degrees actually should be good. Yeah, that's perfect, okay. I wanna change the thickness of this. So let me, if I scale it, I can scale it to get it smaller, but I definitely, there's a way to change the thickness. Let me see what she did for that. Okay, how did you make this thicker? Okay, so she puts in the torus. Okay, so she, is it major radius and minor radius? Okay, so scale, thickness, blender. Decrease thickness, let's see. Transform. I know there's a way that you can scale basically on like, it might be like the inner or outer edges. But there is a way to do it. Scale thicker, okay. There we go. And it's a torus, exactly what I was looking for. Okay, scaling objects, stuff. Edit mode, hit Alt-S. Okay. See, nice and easy. All right, so we'll go in here. So Alt-S. Ooh. And edit mode, not, there we go, Alt-S. There we go, look at that, ooh. Okay, nice. Okay, so we have a new shortcut unlocked. So let's grab this one, select that, move this here. Then we gotta move this down a little bit and scale it a little smaller. Make sure that it's inside. Then I'm gonna have to rotate that a little bit. So let's rotate that forward. Like, maybe that much? And then we're gonna move that a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, I think after stream I might go and change the body a little bit so that it's more of a circle rather than like eggy-esque. Little pop mouth, yeah. But it's cute, it's cute. Yeah, I could switch it out real quick, but I'm not. Right now, we're not doing that. So, mouth, M-O-U-F. The spelling is important. I need you to know. Oh yeah, did I ever shade the smooth? I don't think I did. Top fin, auto smooth. No, I guess I did. All right, it's very funny looking. Okay, so we got that. Cool. What is she doing next? Yeah, her mouth is definitely bigger than mine. I want this to be thicker for sure, actually. Yeah, the eating hole. Okay, so Alt S. Nope. Alt S. That's D. Oh, no. Alt S. Whoa. Alt S. Why is it doing that? It was Alt S, right? Let me double check that for him. Alt and S, or click on Mesh, Transform, Shrink, Flatten. No, Alt S. I don't know why it's moving it there. Okay. Transform is edit. I actually don't know what half of this is up here. Oh, because I'm in object mode, because I'm a ding-dong. Alt S. Yeah, I want it to at least be thicker. There we go. That's a better thickness for this. It looks like a Cheerio. Just a little Cheerio. He's so cute. Blub blub. Chat, how much, if you would rate Sir Ploppers out of 10, what would you currently rate Sir Ploppers? He's so funny looking. Okay. So we got the shape that we like. That's good. Okay, cool. All right, so on the edges, what are you doing? Okay, so just changing the general shape, that's fine. Okay, so now back to the eyes. So what are we doing here? Okay, so we're clicking on the eye, so we have a singular eye selected. All right. So what are we doing here? Yep, we have it selected, cool. Okay, we're giving them, so we've created another from here. So we're gonna click on this, Shift D. Okay. So Shift D, cool. We're gonna scale this to be smaller. And then we're going to adjust where this is. Okay, all right. Look at, okay, look at. It's a little funky. It's a little funky. I don't know if there's a better way to do this. let me just, Okay, yep. Eyeball left. Let's do pupil. Or eyeball pupil left. Pupil left. Oh my god, I love it. I love it. Okay, and then we're gonna Shift D on that one, right? So, Shift D. And then we're gonna move that one like here. Let me just cheat move. And then we're gonna change this one. This is gonna be eyeball, pupil, right. Oh, why'd you? Hold on, I'm gonna do right pupil. Actually, I shouldn't do it like that. Ooh, right. Pupil. Yep. On the we look at how fucked up it looks from here. Like here is like, okay, he's kind of cute and derby or whatever. And then on the other one, it's just like, oh man, like why is it so far out? Like I feel like they need to be further in. But I think I want to change the body shape a little bit before I do that, because I could take left, let's see, right, and then take this and move it in. The only problem is it's, oh, actually, you know what? That does look better. I think that does look better. Okay, let me move it outward a little bit. Yeah, no, that actually, that looks better, I think. So, and then we're gonna do the same thing, and then select and select, and then we're gonna, I want to just make sure these are in. Okay, they're close. They're close. Okay, so on the, was that on the Y? Yeah. Let's copy that. That should be that much. And then the Y should be this. And then that. There we go. Okay. He looks like, okay, he looks a little better. He's still wonky, but we still love him. Okay? And now I can actually move the mouth a bit. So let me change that. Why is it looking, what is this dot here? Why is that completely off from here? Okay, I'm gonna get rid of the mouth and just add a new one real quick, because that's not difficult to do. But Taurus, we're gonna bring this outward because I don't know why it was so far off. I need a subdivision modifier. And then we're gonna bring that up here. Okay. Thickness of the mouth, because I can make it thicker now, because we need to be an object. No, we're in object, we need to be an edit. Alt S. I want big mouth, like, yeah, big. Okay, so now we can go back into here, have this selected, make it smaller. Still need to be smaller. And then we're gonna flip it like 90 degrees on the X. Right? Okay, cool. Got that, we like, oh. Hold on. Let me, on object mode, Shift S. There we go. I keep accidentally changing the world origin, but now that I know about that radial menu, that's not anywhere near the issue it was before. So 90 degrees here. Okay, we're gonna scooch this on to here, and then we're gonna lower it a little bit, and then we're gonna bring it in a little, and then I'm going to rotate it a teeny tiny little bit, like that amount maybe. Yeah, okay, there we go. Maybe up a little more. Like that much. And then we're gonna take it and then bring it in a teeny tiny bit. There we go. Okay, okay, okay. All right, he's cute, he's cute. Look at that. He's cute, he's cute. I like him, I like him. I don't need to be 180 frames in. Let me save. Let me save. Take a little sip of water, and then let me see. So she's doing the pupils still. Mm-hmm. All right, are we doing like a tail fin? Okay, so she's working on the water. So I think just having the fish right now, I'm okay with, because we're at like almost 3 hours. I think just having the little fishy, and maybe I'll adjust things, but like I like our little fishy baby, and I think our fishy baby is incredible and wonderful, and such a cute little guy, right? So I think this is fine for tonight. But I appreciate everyone being here. I hope y'all were excited about the new 3D model. I will still be using the 2Ds. It just depends on like what I feel like that day, because I like having a variety of them, honestly. So sometimes we'll be 3D, sometimes we'll be 2D. I definitely will probably spend some time modeling stuff to put on this model, specifically like as a prop. because I know I want to make my necklace and I want to make my earring, and I think that would be really, really cool to, you know, have in here. But I will work on those off stream. Monday, I think we're gonna finish up the Squeak giveaway, so I can be all done with that now that I've had enough time to make sure everything is good with scheduling stuff on YouTube for shorts with all the crazy thunderstorms I've been having in my area. Because I think after this weekend, that warning is like officially done. But yeah, two whole weeks of crazy weather. Ugh, it's been so much, honestly. But next week is gonna be a little on the I don't know how to phrase this. I'm not gonna be streaming quite as much because Wednesday is when I have my next tattoo appointment, and that's gonna be on my hand. So I'm probably gonna be in too much pain to stream. The Friday, I will say, is a maybe. Monday, definitely. Wednesday, absolutely not. And Friday, big maybe. It depends on how bad my hand is hurting at that point, because hands are no joke, because I'm getting my hand and my fingers done. So yeah, it'll be fun. I'll send y'all pictures. But I think that is it for the night. So I will see you all very soon. So good night and bye-bye.